All right. Hey, we are live today coming to you from downtown Worcester. Or at least I'm in downtown Worcester. Where are you right now, Com?
I'm in Westboro, Central Mass.
Central Massachusetts. I love it. Good. Well, today we're here to talk to you about the working less, however, closing more sales with AI. And that's really, really cool. Something you and I have been talking about for a while. Excited to have this short conversation today and talk about what we have going on, man. So thanks for joining me.
Yeah, my pleasure. I know that we were, this workshop that we're doing that's going to be just like cutting through the noise and helping just salespeople, sales leaders understand like, yeah, how do we be more productive? I mean, every salesperson's getting burnt out, and they've always are stressing about, what can I do to make more money, but also save time. So you and I have been chatting about this program. We also do some other like training and workshops and programs together, but then we wanted to make something that was pretty meaty, simple, and just low, low threshold to get in, so people can see use cases, tools today. Use it. When we have this event, which is coming up next week.
Is
The
it next week? Oh, you're right. Actually, holy cow, it is next week already. I
yeah,
forgot.
May May
Yeah.
14th,
So
May 14th at VentureX in Worcester, right,
yes,
100 Front Street.
that's
From
right.
1 o'clock to 2:30. So it's like kind of like a think of it like an open office hour. You guys come in, check out what we have and what we're doing to showcase how other salespeople and sales leaders are saving like 10 plus hours a week. Now imagine what you can do with 10 plus hours a week, cutting
Yeah.
60+% of administrative time gone.
Yeah, and not even that. And that doesn't even include what we're going to talk about with how to improve their sales process with automated follow up and pre-qualifying and using different ways of pre-qualifying leads so that you're not wasting time with unqualified, unmotivated people. You know when to follow up with people, as well as what to say. So yeah, I'm super excited for this workshop as
Yeah.
well. And so for people chiming in now, Com's been doing. How long you been playing in the AI tech space? I'll call it the tech space.
Well,
Right?
ChatGPT was put on the map about 2 years ago.
Mm,
We were playing around with automation about 2 to 3 years before that because we were already doing that type of automation, for marketing, sales, client success teams, and operational teams. So when it boomed, it was like we were primed for the types of workshops that we're doing now. We're helping full sales organizations to full companies really figure out where does AI make sense that's low risk, high impact, right? Then that's what we're doing here for the sales um, live workshop that we're doing. It's like where can we find some low hanging fruit so salespeople can start using it today, and it doesn't have to be this really complicated, high risk implementation of AI, which exists. If someone's ready for
mm.
that, we can have a conversation about that. But there's no excuse. If you're doing sales now, you should be using several tools that Dave and I are going to talk soon about, and kind of make it more real for you. Like, what are these tools? Some of them are free, some of them are low cost. But let's kind of take a step back a little bit, David, and think of like let's share like your model and philosophy of what is sales today. I think a lot of people, you see tons of gurus out there, why is it that the program that we have and what you're doing is going to be better than someone else's?
Yeah, great, great question. Because it's me. No, well,
Of
because
course.
I've been doing it. I've been doing it a long time, and it's tried. It's fundamentally. I mean, listen, sales is about connecting with people. It's about people feeling comfortable with you, trusting you, being at ease, and then once they're in that place with you, they're going to be more open to listening to you, and they're going to be more open to buying from you. And I think one of the challenges we're seeing now, I mean, I've been selling 36 years, multiple industries, always worked my way up to the top, and but there's just so much garbage and automation and I mean, all of us were getting spam emails and text messages and robocalls, and it's almost overwhelming for most people. And so what's real, what's not real? And so I think the level of trust has really subsided in a lot of ways. And so one of my goals is to bring that back, and we can do it using automation. There's a lot of things we can do to help people become more effective with whatever you're doing now in your process. Let's say you have a hundred old leads that never went anywhere. Well, what are you doing to go back and reconnect with those people and stay in front of them and see what they're up to? And I promise you, if you have 100 old leads sitting around somewhere, we could probably find 10 of them in there that are ready to do business now that you're not even talking to. So we're going to give you some strategies to do something as simple as that when we see you next week at our workshop. So we're right here at VentureX in Worcester, 100 Front Street, and we'll put a link down in the bottom so you can sign up on Eventbrite. But yeah, I mean, Tom and I are getting together because I feel like I've mastered the sales process. I've got over 36 years in sales, and now it's like, okay, how do we even take it to the next level using tools and AI and automations and things like that? And so I'm obsessed with it, man. And I just met Com, and I think you are the best I've met at it, and that's why we're partnering up, man. So I'm gonna toss it right back to you. Same question to you. Why should people be listening to you?
It takes a village. I think, when you sign up for these webinars, is there a catch? Is there a hook? Are they selling me on something? Are you like watch these YouTube clips or all these sales squeeze pages? It's just like one person, you know, maybe it's a couple people doing the same thing. What we do that's different is that we have very different disciplines, right? You're in the sales space. I'm in the marketing, go to market, research tech, AI space. So I take all of those sub departments of like go to market positioning, and then layer in AI. And when we're looking at why leads are not qualified, I often hear they're blaming the marketing department. Then vice versa goes back. Well, the marketing department says the salespeople can't close it. No, well, you're not giving me qualified leads. I'm not. No, these aren't the right target audiences, or ICP, or ideal client profile. This is not the right one. So it goes back to like, what are you doing in the beginning, the first stage, right? When you look at all the different stages, what are you doing in the beginning of marketing, positioning, branding? Are you resonating? Is there a product or service fit? And then layer in AI and all that stuff to validate that. Because you can do all these research very quickly without having to spend a lot of money, $80,000+ on this market research. You can leverage AI to do that, and then help you build this marketing strategy or validate it, which then sets and tees up your sales now, right? So now you're setting up, you're setting off a good foundation, and then you're propelling now to that springboard to the sales part, right? And then that's where you come in, David, talking, refining of like, what is modern sales today, right? Rebuilding that trust, but also like personalization at scale with AI, right? Getting Now imagine this AI coach, like this tool that can coach you in your sales calls, right? It jumps in the meeting with you, and most people now are pretty, I think receptive and okay to have a note taker join a meeting. And at the end of the meeting, like one of the tools I like to use is Grain. It will give you feedback on the sales call, semantics. Um, you know, you can tell I talk kind of fast. I'm working on that still, but it tells me, hey, Com, you're talking fast in this meeting, right? So like, there's pace. And it also uncovers like, how did you do in discovery? So if you can set the discovery questions, and it will give you feedback with no judgment, right? Where if you have to report to a manager, this might be judgment there. But this AI tool is going to give you um, context and semantics around like what did you didn't dive deep enough on this question. They brought up this question. So we throughout the sales stages that you're working on, David, to help them, these AI tools can match the areas of focus that you want your philosophy to cover. So now that salesperson is armed with real-time feedback, and they're getting better and better every single time because AI is helping them with that. Oh, you're muted.
I muted myself to take a drink and I forgot to unmute. But the other thing that is really important is the nuances in sales. I think a lot of time people just say, "Oh, I have sales and marketing," and they kind of put them together. in one bucket. And what I teach is a very specific sales process that each step, and we have 7 cycles that you and I created together. It's kind of cool because I was at 5 steps, but then when you and I got together last week, we incorporated a couple additional steps, which we're going to talk about. But each step is critically important, right? Because the first step is simply just about connecting with somebody, or getting, like I said earlier, somebody to trust you, and maybe they don't even have to trust you. Maybe they have just have feel like they're at ease with you, and if they feel that, then they're going to be more open to listening to you. And then the next step is pre-qualification. So now we got to find out what their challenges are, what their big goals are, what their why is, what's keeping them up at night, and then so you move them along. And a lot of people right now are building AI agents. It's no surprise. The challenge is most of these AI agents are just very robotic. There's no nuance. They don't understand the sales process. Maybe they're just having chat GPT. But what we're doing is we're going in there really refining. So somebody asked me the other day, well, what's different about your agent than the agent I can get from ABC? Well, let's check it out. And they were really surprised that the agent was asking very specific questions about the sales process, and it actually was able to pause, and even when the person talked over it, it stopped and then went back. Why is that happening? Because it's being programmed the right way. So there's a lot of training as well that goes into this. So it's not just like plug and play, but there's a lot of training that goes into this process. And I know I'm probably jumping a little forward into how you and I are kind of partnering together and making this work. But what we're doing is we're taking a process, a proven sales process, and we're enhancing it with technology and tools. And so what we want to do is we want to bring you somebody that by the time you get on a call with them, in most cases, they're very interested in what you have to offer, and they're qualified, they have the money, and they're, say halfway ready to do business with you.
And I want to peel that onion a little bit more. Well, you're saying like there's so many agents out there, right? So there's like, and a lot of these AI companies and quote unquote consultants are going after salespeople and trying to sell them the world. But to your point, people try it. Oh, it doesn't work. Like remove AI. Before AI, that was happening anyways, right? Technology, software companies, consultants, webinars. But the difference maker is having people who understand the space, who understand you and have been in your shoes. I did sales consulting for many years, so I can empathize and sympathize, but I went down the marketing route because I was so interested in understanding, well, marketing tees up sales, and that's where I want to help out and be. But because I'm a marketer that understands sales and I've had a quota and done all that stuff, you have this really unique opportunity where David and I understand your pain points, your challenges, what keeps you up at night, what the outcomes you're trying to, do for yourself. Um, so that you're getting the better tools. So when AI is built, these AI agents, again, it's only as good as the person building it, right? The
That's
insights and
right.
experience that David and I bring to the table is what makes these tools. Again, you keep hearing me say the word tools, right? It's a tool. You guys all have access to tools, but it comes down to like which tool is best for you and which tool gives the versatility and is dynamic enough, to do things based on how you want to sell and how you sell. Where we give you the framework and the tools, but we're teaching you how to use it. So what you're gonna do after this is you're gonna be empowered to create newer ideas and use cases with that tool. Because once you understand how to use AI, how to prompt it, how to create workflows, all these things, you're gonna be a much leaner and meaner salesperson who, again, is gonna do a lot more for less, close more deals for less. And I see this, I see this all the time when I'm looking at tools and evaluating them, because I have to make sure I'm vetting these AI tools, but because I understand how the space works in marketing, sales, client success, I'm able to right away find out the tool is just all fluff versus, it's actually going to do what it says it's going to do.
Well, and you can see it. I mean, just if you open your phone, I'm sure all of us on listening to this right now, all the messages you're getting from AI, are you, hey, you want to go get a coffee? Like, from a random phone number. Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? Are you just we? I guess we get so much. So the bottom line though for us, and I know we want to keep this really short today. I want you guys to come join us. We just gave you a little tiny bit of a preview of we're going to actually bring you through all 7 steps and how in each step you can incorporate AI. And this is happening live downtown Worcester at the Mercantile Center on May 14th. So that's next Wednesday. We're going to be here from 1 to 2:30. You're welcome to show up a little bit early if you want. They're going to have some appetizers, some food right here at VentureX, and we would love you guys to come join us. And here's what I'll put out there, and I want to hear what your thoughts are, like why you should show up, because you're going to leave here with some insights on how to use AI that you did not have before you came here. Regardless whether you chose to, work with Com and I moving forward, hopefully you do great. But that's not the point. Is you're going to leave with some ideas and some tools that you did not even know existed before you showed up here next Wednesday. So, Com, what would you say to these guys? Why should they show up next week?
We have these conversations with people all the time. We just want to pay it forward. There's no catch here. There's no pitch. There's no upsell, cross sell. It's like we just want to share what we're doing. So we're happy. We'll show you what we're doing and what other successful sales organizations and people are doing. And you're gonna leave there that day and start using stuff and see results. And then if there's more questions you have, reach out to David and I. That's what we're here for. We just want to share this knowledge and this wealth of knowledge that's going to make you better. Because like I remember those days when you're just stressed, but like you have all these folks you got to follow up on, and like nurturing and follow up is like the hardest thing. But then it's like it's a roller coaster. You're like, oh, I did well here, so now you're sacrificing something else. We don't want you to sacrifice anything. We want you to feel that you have control over everything, and you're working in a mental state and a physical state that's peaceful at your pace.
Mm.
And at the end of the day, you're saving time and you're making money. And you work. I take Wednesdays off now because I'm having AI doing a lot of the work that I don't need to do. And I think that could be an opportunity for you too if you guys want to take a day off. So yeah, come check us out. Can't wait to meet everyone.
Yeah, guys, I'm excited to see you as well. I'm going to go down. I'm going to drop a link right down below here, wherever you're seeing this. Just go click the link. You can sign up on Eventbrite. Join us. We do need a head count, so please make sure you sign up. And we're looking forward to seeing you next Wednesday, May. I can't believe it's already May 14th. Come, man, time just goes by when you're just chilling and using all this automation and these tools, man. It's kind of fun. So. Appreciate
All
you,
good.
brother. Any final thoughts for people listening? I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, for those that are hesitating and think like, I don't need to do this. I'm crushing. I'm hitting my numbers right now. Well, AI is not going to replace you. The salesperson who's using AI is going to replace you.
That's good. That's good. Wrap right there. So go down right now, get registered. We'll see you next Wednesday.